Hello again, Keith Loki with another video series. With this one, I'm just going to go ahead and work on setting up a colony from start to finish. I just started this game with nothing done so far. I just actually left the starting screen. The list of mods we're going to be using is the Kerbal Inventory System and Attachment System, Kerbal Engineer, Joint Reinforcement, ScanSat, the general squad items, a series of Umbra Space Industries by Roverdude, and Vanguard AstroDynamics engines. So let's begin. I'm going to be starting off with Minimus, but it might even end up going to somewhere else. Might set up on Duna or Ike. I'm not 100% sure. I just decided to do a little bit of recording over Christmas. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to start making probes for Minimus, and for that I'm going to be using, ooh, that's the wrong one, Vanguard technology engines. They're an impulse engine that's mainly just for orbit. This one has really good space flight, but it has barely half a kilonewton of thrust in orbit, or in atmosphere. So that will be the base engine for it, and it gives us a decent amount of thrust. I'm going to have like 3 of these. And then I'm going to need a battery for it. Let's go ahead and throw that one on there. And for the probe core, no, that's the big one. Throw it on there. It comes with reaction wheel, so that's a good thing. And then, I don't know what solar panels to go with. We'll go with these ones. 4 of them. So this is the basis of our probes that we're going to use. And the reason I also did the stacked coupler at the bottom, something I learned over time with doing sub-assemblies, is you have to have something on the bottom that can be connected to. I've had many times where I started with a probe core and then put stuff atop and above and below it, and it just caused me not able to use that probe as a sub-assembly. Save that as blank probe, and from there we're going to go ahead and build the launcher stage and the stage to bring us to Minimus. So that's not going to be good enough. We'll go ahead and use a bigger engine, and we'll use the larger big orbit one. Oof, I don't think I'm going to need that much thrust either, or that much fuel either. We'll drop it down to a smaller size. We still have a ton of fuel. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw a large remote guidance unit on it. It will get its battery power from the probes. But then we'll go ahead and throw protective shell. We'll build that as soon as we get the probe cores on. 1, no, 2, 3. Don't know why that moves up there. So we still have a ton of thrust now. I'm going to move that one up there just to be safe. Now, for the probe cores, what parts we're going to have for science? Since I'm going to be landing on the planet, I'm going to need a surveyor. It will give us base scientific knowledge, but then we want 2 scanner vehicles. I can't say that word. Since these two have generally the same good orbit head, I'll put those both on there. And then this crustal resources. What does this one do again? Yeah, I'll have to keep that, and I might as well try and throw one of these on too. Yeah, we'll throw that on there. It's gonna look a bit funny, but who cares? So that will get me crust details and give me the general consensus of the whole planet. And it's gonna hang out this side, fuck. And then the bottom one. I don't know if that would be useful. Oh, why do I have those on that one? So, for the last one, throw that on there, and then what else? Max altitude is 1,000 meters. Oh no, this should be good. So now we build our fairing. This will only be needed till we get to orbit. So we still have 2,000 thrust from that. Throw on the last, well, this isn't the final stage, but it's going to be the stage that gets us to orbit. That's strange, I don't know why it's doing that, but okay. That gives us 3,000. Throw on some rocket boosters. Ooh, did I include... oh. That's one mod I'm going to have to find again. It's one of my favorite mods, the one that adds the... that's what it is, it's SpaceY Lifters. I love the lifters from that pack. So much fun. I don't think I have any of those on here, so this is going to be a little bit more difficult. Yeah, I don't know why those are tilted either. Oh, there we go. Okay. Those are not symmetrical. Not symmetrical at all. Oh, it's because these aren't. Now they are. Okay. So, there we go for that. Put those up there. So, this should be able to get us to orbit. And to Minimus. Then we can start scanning for a suitable base for our colony. For this first stage, I'm just going to go straight up. Might actually be best to go at least a couple degrees to the east. Where's that east? To the west, actually? I do not know, actually. Still need to figure out the navigation ball. I've been playing so much, but I've never been able to properly figure it out. Even though I did say I wasn't going to be making any more videos over Christmas break, I kind of got in the mood to do it after seeing Falcon 9's successful landing. A nice thing to see, finally. It should mean for a lot cheaper spaceflight for everyone, hopefully. And I'm gonna lose this flight. Crap. Yep, I'm gonna lose this flight. So let's revert back to assembly building. I'm gonna have to choose different wings. Let's try the advanced canard. That should help. I just kind of went over too quickly and didn't have enough lift surface to properly control my roll. Let's speed up this part. This should work out better. I didn't roll over as quickly as I did last time. And it's still going to go over. Oh, that's just kind of annoying, actually. Come on. Must be because it's too top heavy. Well, we're going to recover this either way. I'm not going to revert. We should hopefully be able to get to a good stable orbit with this ship. And then I can switch over to that. What's that up there? All my staging is kind of screwy. So we're at 80,000. Pitch right over. We still have a ton of delta V left in this. Yeah, we should have no trouble getting into orbit. I'm just gonna wait till we get up to a good height. Come on, swing back. I really should have put more reaction wheels on this thing. It's one thing I always forget when I'm making a ship. Never enough reaction wheels. And they're still really good for electrical charge. And we are now in orbit, so let's get to the other side of the planet. And hopefully circleize this, because it is quite high fucking up. And that's even if I can rotate this thing back around. Come on. Oh, yeah, it seems like I'm going to be able to do it. Slowly but surely. Now we'll bring it up to a stable, evenish orbit. There. Okay. Can't really see anything, but let's go ahead and eject that fairing. And top stage. Get all its solar panels opened up. Now, where is Minimus? There it is. So, the thing about Minimus is it is on a slight angle, even though it does cost a bit more fuel to just go for its descending or ascending node. I'm going to do that because I'm not a rocket scientist. It's really hard to line up things with a weird angle. There we go. So 47, 59. That's good enough. So swing back around to the maneuver. Oh! Overshot the maneuver. Shoot. Ah, I should have put a Kerbal alarm clock on this. Would have made setting up this a lot easier. I would have probably done a bit more work on choosing mods, but I ended up transferring a bunch over, and a lot of them caused load issues, so I started deleting a bunch. And then I just said screw it, decided to just play with what I was able to get working. I could have probably just downloaded more of them, or re-downloaded them, but I just couldn't be bothered. We'll probably download some of the other ones between videos, such as alarm clock and maybe even, well, I'm not going to be doing contracts, so I don't need contract plus window. But once I start putting down the actual colony, I will probably once I start bringing Kerbals there, I'll bring in a life support mod, so it's not super easy. There might be a few times I wouldn't mind getting to the point where I lose the whole colony's population because of lack of food. Sorry about that. Could barely hear my cell phone through my headset. And we have our encounter at not too bad of a height. So we'll warp over to there real quick, and then we'll start setting up orbits. And I should have enough fuel left to set up a few of these orbits, and then the actual ships have their own fuel too. So let's add maneuver, focus view. Oh, it's not too bad, but I want it more over top, because that's the best position for satellites. That should be good. So only 8 delta V to do that correction. Kind of not used to not having a warped maneuver down button. Another 3 hours till the maneuver that will put us into a half a polar orbit. Five, four, three, two, one. I just need to get to the maneuver. Oh, shoot. A couple seconds shouldn't be too bad for this. I hate how it swings around. Like, it can't just slow down its velocity of the maneuver, or the swing over, and then frigging reset up the frigging movement. Instead it moves around like a drunk grandma. Swaying back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so now we're in a polar orbit, which means we can release our first and second one, I believe, maybe? I don't quite remember what the main height was. I can possibly even just keep this stage up for the very last one, then thrust it into an orbit of 12. Okay, so first stage, and I can't use that scanner. Shoot, I just remembered. Control from here. I need a friggin' antenna. I always forget that with that thing. It's just so friggin' annoying that I need an antenna for it. Every time that happens. It's kind of frustrating. It's my own fault, though. No matter how many times I've used it and how many times that's happened to me, I never remember to bring a frigging... unknown average, unknown average. So I'm going to have to send another flight to do the orbital survey. No comms, yeah. I'm going to have to send another flight to do that orbital survey. So that's something I'll have to do between videos, but for this one I can go ahead and do the whole altimetry. I can't say that word. I don't know why. No. Frig, I'll have to look at how to say that word properly. I sound like an idiot if I don't. So these two will start doing a scan of the planet. So I'll be able to actually see what's going on. Planet side. And then I can go back to this. No, not that one. Not that one. This one. And swing over a little bit. I want to bring this up to an orbit of 750 meters on one side, then I'll even it out on the other side. And that will give me high detail, I believe. Whoa, too high, too high, too high. I always forget that about Minimus. Friggin', you could probably fart yourself out of orbit of Minimus. With enough beans. And a hole in your spacesuit. 750. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to separate from this final stage. And then that will go off by itself. Wait, what? Oh, I'm not even at the right... Switch to... There we go. That's the probe I wanted. So we'll go ahead and speed up to that far end. Oh yeah, I didn't activate that engine yet. Why didn't that engine start? Come on. There we go. And for some reason we lost... Okay, we'll just do it at that height, see if it still says ideal. If not, then we'll have to suboptimal. It is scanning, but not at the best height. And the roll issue with the freaking automatic SAS. Okay, so we're 10K below optimal, but I don't think it's really a problem. But that will start scanning the planet for height data, and then we have map data from the altimeter, and also for I forget the name of the other thing, but that will give us a lot of info on this planet, be able to find a good landing spot. And once I get the orbital scanner here, it will also give me a ton more info on, or the orbital survey. Once I finish that, it'll give me a ton of info for the resources on the planet, so I can find a nice suitable base, or multiple bases, depending on if I can't find an area with a good concentration of the resources needed. But this is the first video of most likely a multiple part series, maybe double digits, of setting up a colony and hopefully future colonies on different planets. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and thank you for watching, and you have a good night and a Merry Christmas too. Bye.